Now that National Signing Day has come and gone for the 2022 recruiting cycle, it is now time to start looking into the 2023 recruiting class. I love college football recruiting because, like the NFL draft, college fans can dream about these players becoming program-changing players. So I thought, let's look into the top quarterbacks in the 2023 recruiting class. Some honorable mentions are Braden Dorman out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, and playing at Vista Ridge High School. Dorman is a 4-star recruit who's the 13th best quarterback and 225th best player in the class. Gabari Johnson is from Tacoma, Washington, and plays high school football at Lincoln High School. He's a 4-star recruit who's the 12th best quarterback and 210th best player in the class. Avery Johnson from Mays, Kansas, plays at Mays High School. He's a 4-star recruit who's the 11th best quarterback and 148th best player in the class. Opening things up is Louisville commit Pierce Clarkson out of Bellflower, California. Clarkson is the 8th best player in California and 111th best player in the 2023 recruiting cycle. He has received over 22 different Division I offers, likes of Kentucky, Louisville, Michigan State, Oregon, and UCF. Pierce plays high school football at California powerhouse St. John Bosco, where he split time with Caden Hauser during the spring season. This past season, he threw for 1,416 yards, 16 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, while rushing for 254 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. He committed to Louisville at the end of January in a way I consider to be cool, putting up billboards around the city that say, "Dear Louisville, I'm home. Let's build something special together. Love, Pierce Clarkson." Clarkson chose Louisville primarily because of the fit, playing time, and his relationship with Coach Scott Satterfield and the Cardinals staff. According to his father, a noted quarterback tutor, they committed to the school this way to show they have no plans to decommit. According to Matthew McGavick from Sports Illustrated, Pierce is everything you want out of a blue-chip dual-threat quarterback prospect: speed, agility, poise, patience, accuracy, and strength, and may compete for the starting job when he arrives on campus next year. Coming in as the 9th best quarterback recruit in the 2023 recruiting cycle is Snellville, Georgia native Dylan Lonergan. Dylan is the 7th best player in Georgia and 87th best player in the 2023 recruiting cycle. His father played football at Penn State in the 1980s, being a part of the 1982 national championship team. Dylan attends Brookwood High School, where he split time as a freshman, helping the school make it to the 7A state playoffs. He threw for almost 800 yards and 8 touchdowns, while also rushing for 8 more scores, and participated in the FBU All-American Bowl. He threw for 2,249 yards, 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, and rushed for 304 yards and 5 touchdowns as a sophomore. Lonergan continued to improve his numbers his junior year, throwing for 3,392 yards, 32 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. He's also a top baseball prospect, being ranked as a top 10 pitcher for his class. He went 7-1 with an ERA around 1.00 last season and plans to be a dual-sport athlete in college. He had received over 25 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Ohio State, and South Carolina. He is the Gamecocks' top quarterback target and was the first school to offer Dylan. Dylan plans to take a few official visits this summer and make his commitment during that time period. Eli Holstein comes in as the 8th best quarterback in the class of 2023. Holstein is the 6th best player in Louisiana and 67th best player in the class. Received over 20 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ohio State, and Texas A&M, committing to the Aggies last summer. Holstein attends Zachary High School, leading them to the 5-8 state quarterfinals as a sophomore. This past season, Eli threw for 3,338 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, while also rushing for 523 yards and 14 touchdowns on the ground. Zachary finished the year 15-0, winning the Class 5A championship, and Eli was named the Max Prep Louisiana Football Player of the Year. This was a major steal for Texas A&M, as players who LSU wants rarely leave the state, and Holstein grew up 20 minutes away from Death Valley. That does not mean LSU may go down without a fight, with the early signing period 10 months away. Holstein made a national name for himself back in May of 2021 at an Elite 11 showcase event in Indiana. He has great arm strength and is a true athlete, with Sports Illustrated writing, "Holstein is a big-armed passer with raw athleticism to make plays outside the pocket as well." Gabe Brooks from 24/7 Sports writes, "May not have a high-end upside of some of the other quarterbacks in this class, but seems to be a particularly high-floor quarterback prospect with potential for a safer long-term trajectory. High major quarterback prospect who will arrive in college ready to compete from a physical standpoint." The 7th best quarterback in the 2023 recruiting class is Christopher Vezina from Birmingham, Alabama. Vezina is the 7th best player in Alabama and 63rd best player in the class of 2023. He has received over 29 different Division I offers, likes of Auburn, Clemson, Florida, Notre Dame, and Tennessee. Vezina landed on Clemson's radar as a freshman, becoming his second offer behind UAB. They were on him before his recruitment would blow up. Going to the camp circuit last summer, Christopher trained extremely hard, knowing he would need to perform at a high level. He would impress, and during a Clemson camp, he even went throw for throw with Arch Manning, which led to his recruitment blowing up. Christopher attends Briarwood Christian School, where as a junior, he led them to a 10-2 record, throwing for 2,065 yards, 16 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, while also rushing for 600 yards and 15 touchdowns on the ground. Vezina is high on the schools I mentioned earlier, along with Kentucky. He is still uncommitted and has no crystal ball predictions. According to Cooper Patengna from 24/7 Sports, Christopher Vezina is projected to be a future day 2 pick in comparison to Mitch Trubisky. He writes, above average passer that has the ability to develop into a good passer at the next level. Provides a threat with his legs, not only as a runner, but with his ability to extend plays outside the pocket and throw off platform. Projects to be a multi-year Power 5 starter at the next level. Will need 2 years to develop before seeing credible playing time. He did tell the Clemson Insider he does plan to commit before the summer. Oklahoma commit Jackson Arnold is the 6th best quarterback in the 2023 cycle. He is from Denton, Texas, and currently plays high school football at Geyer High School. He's the 7th best player in Texas and 42nd best player nationally in the 2023 class. During the 2019 season, Arnold was forced into action as a freshman when starting quarterback Eli Stowers got hurt during the Texas 6A Division II state championship game. Unfortunately, they would lose 24-3. As a sophomore, he served as the backup quarterback to Stowers, who was a 4-star recruit and is now playing at Texas A&M. He completed 15 of his 26 passes for 140 yards, while also rushing for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Arnold would finally have his breakout season as a junior, throwing for 3,921 yards, 34 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, while also rushing for 659 yards and 12 touchdowns on the ground. Jackson led Geyer to the 6A Division II state championship game and was named the Texas District 5 6A co-MVP. Jackson received over 25 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, Florida, Oklahoma, and Ole Miss, committing to the Sooners a few weeks ago. He's the type of quarterback Jeff Lebby favors in his veer and shoot system. He has an excellent deep ball and could fit in at Oklahoma perfectly. Gabe Brooks from 24/7 Sports wrote, through the 2021 season, appeared to be the clear number 1 quarterback in Texas for the 2023 recruiting cycle. Projects as a high major starter for multiple years with a long-term NFL draft ceiling. I want to pause the video and ask if you are enjoying this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate it. As of now, the 5th best quarterback recruit in the 2023 recruiting cycle is Pittsburgh, California native Jaden Rashada. Jaden is the first 5-star on the list and is the 5th best player in California and 35th best player nationally. He received over 28 different Division I offers from the likes of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Penn State, UCLA, and Washington. Jaden started his high school career at Brentwood Liberty before transferring to IMG Academy due to the delayed California football season. Rashada struggled to adjust to the IMG campus, and his family struggled with him being so far away during the events of 2020 and hurricane season. He decided to move back to the Bay Area and enroll at Pittsburgh High School and could not have been happier to return. As a junior, Jaden threw for 2,220 yards, 27 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, while also rushing for 193 yards and a touchdown on the ground. He made history back in December, signing a 4-figure NIL deal to promote Air App, aka Athletes and Recruitment. He is believed to be the first high school football player to profit from endorsements since the NCAA rule change last summer. Rashada said he did some of his own research to make sure he was allowed to explore endorsement deals. He also worked with an advisor, Ethan Weinstein, to help secure his first deal. Weinstein is a college junior who represents a handful of college athletes in NIL deals. Air is a platform designed to help college coaches, high school athletes, and their advertisers simplify the process and find good matches. He plans to take official visits after the dead period ends, saying Oregon has already locked in a visit. He knows what he wants in a school, telling Sports Illustrated, development and really being in the best situation possible, what I look for. You obviously want to be a coach's guy. Having a chance to compete for a natty, can't ask for much more than that as a quarterback. Nicholas Iamaleava is the 4th best quarterback in the 2023 recruiting class out of Downey, California. Iamaleava is the 2nd best player in California and 7th best player in the 2023 class. He has received over 23 different Division I offers from the likes of Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, Tennessee, and UCLA. He played defense when he was little, but started playing quarterback at the age of 10. He first began to impress recruiters when he was in 7th grade and has only improved since. Nico plays high school football at Warren High School, where as a junior he threw for 2,244 yards, 33 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, while also rushing for 3 touchdowns on the ground. Iamaleava's recruitment has been heating up, with him releasing his top 12 on Christmas, which included schools like Oregon State, UCLA, Georgia, Ole Miss, Miami, Auburn, Tennessee, Oregon, Alabama, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and BYU. Looks like the 3 frontrunners may be Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee, followed by UCLA and Oregon. Many want to discount the Volunteers, but they are serious contenders. Iamaleava wants to go somewhere where he is most loved and the best fit. He could be a program-changing player, with Zach Reagan from ATO Sports writing, "The California native has prototypical size. He's calm in the pocket, he reads defenses extremely well, he's able to use his legs to keep plays alive. Iamaleava is everything an SEC program would want in a quarterback." The other thing to mention is Oregon was his dream school growing up. Yesterday, he told 24/7 Sports, "I'm going to cut it down to 8 this month, then I'll cut it down to 4 in April, and that's when I plan to commit. I don't have a commitment date set up yet, but it looks like it will be in April." The last thing I want to say is he's also a top volleyball recruit. 3rd best quarterback in the 2023 recruiting cycle is Dante Moore out of Detroit, Michigan. Moore is the best player in Michigan and 6th best player in the 2023 cycle. He has received over 36 different Division I offers, likes of Georgia, Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame, and Penn State. Dante Moore attends Detroit King High School, where as a freshman he led them to an 11-3 record and the Michigan Division II state runner-ups. As a sophomore, he threw for 2,731 yards and 33 touchdowns, leading Detroit King to a 6-4 record in the 4th round of the playoffs. He continued to improve his numbers, throwing for 3,047 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions as a junior, leading Detroit King to a 13-1 record in the Michigan Division III state championship. Moore is trying to soak up the recruiting process and is taking his time when it comes to his commitment timeline. He wants to take all his official visits and some other visits as well. Schools fighting for his commitment include Oregon, Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Penn State, and Miami. He has taken the most visits to Michigan State so far. According to Alan True from 24/7 Sports, Moore is projected to be a future first-round pick. He works extremely hard and has the total package, which projects him to be a multi-year college starter and someone who could be an early draft choice. The 2nd best quarterback in the 2023 recruiting cycle is USC commit Malachi Nelson. Nelson is the best player in California and 2nd best player in the 2023 class. He received his first Division I offer from Auburn after leading his Pop Warner team, the Garden Grove Bulldogs, to the Pop Warner Super Bowl in Florida. Nelson plays football at Los Alamitos High School, where as a freshman he accounted for over 1,000 yards, splitting time with an older quarterback. During a 6-game season this past spring, he threw for 1,513 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. During his junior year, Malachi led Los Alamitos to a 9-2 record, throwing for 2,690 yards, 39 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions, while also rushing for 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's received over 26 different Division I offers from the likes of Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Oklahoma, and USC. He originally committed to Oklahoma, but after Lincoln Riley left to take the USC job, he decided to flip his commitment back home, joining Riley at USC. Nelson is projected to be a future first-round pick, with Gabe Brooks from 24/7 Sports writing, "Very likely one of the nation's top quarterbacks and overall prospects regardless of position in the 2023 class. Projects as an impact starter at the high major level with long-term early round NFL draft potential." And the best player in the 2023 recruiting class is Arch Manning from New Orleans. Arch has received over 14 different Division I offers, likes of Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, and Texas. Manning attends Isidore Newman High School, the same high school the rest of his famous family attended, where he took over the starting quarterback job as a freshman, becoming the first to do so in over 40 years, throwing for 2,438 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, helping the Greenies go 9-2 and make it to the 2nd round of the playoffs in Louisiana's Division III bracket. As a sophomore, Arch led the Greenies to a 9-1 record and made it to the state semifinals for the Division III state playoffs. He finished the year throwing for 1,922 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. This past year, the 6'4", 215-pound junior threw for 1,371 yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions in the 7 games that were reported to Max Preps, helping the Greenies go 7-3, making it to the second round of the playoffs. Arch likes to keep his day-to-day to himself, keeping his social media on private, and his recruitment has been a lot like that as well. Georgia, Alabama, Texas, LSU, Florida, and Ole Miss are all in the running for Arch's talent. It looks like his recruitment will extend into the fall. He's projected to be a future first-round pick, with Gabe Brooks projecting him as a multi-year starter. And those are your top 10 quarterbacks in the 2023 recruiting class. Who are you most excited to see at the next level? Make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.